Hello, everybody. Thank you very much for watching. This is something to think about, and we've got a couple of things that are necessary. This came to me about a half an hour ago. I was given access to this. This is an internal memo that came from Department of Homeland Security and the Department of Justice. Last night, the Department of Homeland Security and Department of Justice issued a joint intelligence bulletin accessible via the Homeland Security Information Network on the potential for domestic violent extremists to carry out attacks on federal, state, and local law enforcement and government personnel or facilities. This information is being shared in light of an increase in threats and acts of violence, including armed encounters against law enforcement, judiciary, and government personnel in reaction to the FBI's recent execution of a court-authorized search warrant in Palm Beach, Florida. Since the search, the FBI and DHS have observed an increase in violent threats posted on social media against federal officials and facilities. Out of an abundance of caution, and to ensure the safety of our workforce and the security of federal facilities, we are encouraging you to remain vigilant and aware of your surroundings and to exercise caution as you go about your daily routine. In addition, as described in the June 7 National Terrorism Advisory System Bulletin, some domestic violent extremists have expressed grievances related to the false perception that the U.S. government is not working to maintain security along the U.S.-Mexican border. And there remains increased risk of domestic violent extremists relying on these grievances to justify violence against law enforcement officials involved in the enforcement of border security. While there is no current, specific, credible threat to any of our employees meaning Department of Homeland Security and Department of Justice, any of our employees or locations, recent events such as the 11 August 2022 attempted entry of the FBI's Cincinnati field office remind us that our important work could put us in situations that can be both difficult and dangerous. Please stay vigilant and aware of your surroundings as you work to preserve public safety and national security. Thank you for your steadfast commitment to serving our nation with valor and integrity. Again, that went out either last night or the night before to all the Department of Homeland Security and Department of Justice personnel. We kind of touched on that after the Lago raid or serving a search warrant, depending on which side you're on, that we were kind of told, that it was a common sense thing if you were going to be around federal buildings or around law enforcement facilities to keep your head on the swivel. Again, domestic violent extremists carry out attacks on federal, state, local law enforcement, and government personnel or facilities. So just keep all of that in mind, especially if you work around a federal building. Now, some things have happened that will not make this situation much better. The ReAwakening tour has been going on for the past 2 days in Batavia, New York. And the Attorney General of New York State issued a statement reading in part, the so-called ReAwaken America tour is nothing but a traveling carnival of hate speech, wild conspiracy theories, and attacks on our democratic process, said Attorney General James. Wherever this tour goes, it leaves a trail of divided communities and heightened tensions. I have zero tolerance for racist and hateful rhetoric that urges violence against any New Yorker. To the organizers of this event in Batavia, let me be clear, my office will not hesitate to use the full force of the law to clamp down on any racially motivated violence or unlawful conduct. James also said that her office will take legal action if civil rights laws are violated. I don't find any validity to what they say this event represents. And that event has concluded basically with Mike Lindell, the My Pillow guy, speaking at the end of the rally this evening. We're going to take you down to what's going on outside the former president's residence. This is from Brian Wyckoff, Wyckoff's America. We used clips of his from the 1776 Restoration Movement protests and counter protests. And I'm not going to show you all the flag waving and all that stuff. There'll be plenty of places to see that. I want you to listen to this.
How you doing? I'm good. Good, man. Hey, did you notice the FBI planted a bomb in there? No way. Oh, yeah, they went in there and they bugged the whole place, right? Yeah. The special CIA bugs? Yeah. And they planted a bomb in the place. No way. No way. That's crazy. No, suppose they detonate the bomb. Oh, it's done. I think they're going to say that he did it. The renegade. Yeah. That's like, what are they going in her underwear? Yeah. For? Yeah. What the hell's in her underwear? Yeah. Like, what's really happening? Oh my God, they're everywhere. They're just.
So, just wanted to show that little tiny cut there, just so you get an idea of the gossip that is going around in that area. Now, our friend Ford Fisher put out this video just about 30 minutes ago. This is we're showing part of this. This is an armed Trump rally outside the Phoenix, Arizona FBI office. And you can go and watch the video in its entirety. News to share on Facebook. Again, our friend Ford Fisher. So just a real quick something to think about here on a Saturday night, the 13th day of August, the year 2022. Again, the FBI conducted a court-ordered search warrant on Mar-a-Lago, the residence of the former president of the United States. It has triggered outrage and action on the right and the far right. And again, the Department of Justice and the Department of Homeland Security have warned their employees to be extra vigilant. Of course, we've already seen an attack on federal building in Cincinnati, and the pipe bomb that was unexploded, thankfully, the pipe bomb that was 5th and Jefferson in Louisville, Kentucky, outside the federal building there in Louisville yesterday. And now we have today, on Saturday, Phoenix, Arizona, armed protesters outside the FBI offices there. A rally that the Attorney General of New York called a circus of hate, a sideshow circus of hate, has just concluded. And there are crazy people. On top of everything else, there are just people that are wanting to make themselves famous by taking several lives of other people. And they have the firepower to do it in many situations. So no matter where you're at, no matter what you're doing, enjoy your Saturday night. But as always, if you're going out in public, be aware, keep your head on a swivel, situational awareness. Don't be paranoid, be prepared so you don't panic. I love y'all. Look forward to seeing you again next time. This has been something to think about for Saturday, the 13th day of August, 2022. We'll see you next time.